and welcome. If you're watching for the first time, I'm Joanna Rawbone, the founder of Flourishing Introverts, which is all about enabling mid-career introverts to live a fulfilled and authentic life. We've been talking about harvesting, and as we approach the end of our harvest month that has seen us gather, sort, and share, there is one thing left to do: clear the path. For those involved in the intricate dance of ambition with introversion, this often overlooked element can shape, define, and illuminate the journey towards our desired outcomes. Clearing the path is an art that can be practiced and refined. Much like ensuring a yard is tidied and free from the debris of harvest so that we can let things rest and recuperate before the next growing season, the metaphorical path clearing is a vital component in enabling introverts to show up authentically in their personal and professional worlds. So we might start by taking a look at what's left over after we've sorted and shared. I doubt that we will have shared things that are of no use to other people, so they might still need tidying away. Here are some of the things I do to put my garden to bed for the winter. And as I'm sharing these, consider what they are analogous of for you. In the garden, I lift the dahlia corms, as the wet and cold that we experience here in the UK, especially in our heavy clay soil, will damage them. I need to clean them off, check them over for any rot or damage, and then store them in the right conditions, dark and cool, but safe so that the mice don't feed on them during the winter. So if I use that concept on myself, what am I rescuing and giving special treatment to over the next few months? Well, certainly my energy and my health. Both have taken a bit of a battering, and I can feel the damage before I even dust myself off. Just as my dahlias have given their all and put on a glorious show, so have I. And now, well, now is the time for the energy to be returned and preserved in readiness for the next season. Still in my garden, I stake my Brussels sprout stalks. And I know Brussels sprouts aren't everyone's favourite, but we love them in this house. I stake them so that the autumn and winter winds don't rock them and weaken their roots. I too can get rocked, which can result in me feeling weakened and not properly grounded. I love that sense of being really connected through the earth and open to the skies above. Yoga and walking in nature works really well for me, and I have to work at prioritizing both of those things, as my natural tendency is to get blown about a bit and then wonder why I'm feeling wobbly. Self-care is so important, and yet I have to be reminded to take downtime. Also in my garden, I empty the big plant pots and wash them thoroughly, ready for the next season. If I'm lazy about this and just stack them up, I risk spreading disease. By the way, I love the notion of dis-ease. And as introverts, we need to minimize our dis-ease. Not that everything will be or needs to be easy or plain sailing, but let's not make life more challenging than it already is. I have a few rituals which make it more likely that I'm cleansed of what might harm me going forward, and some of these I teach on my programs. Moving away from the garden and into the house now, I pack away my summer clothes and open-toed sandals and gleefully air my fleecy jumpers and warm boots, ready for the changeable autumn days. And it's a time of layers here in the UK because the days can be bright and the sun surprisingly warm still. And yet the next day, we have a heavy mist with dewdrops that sit like jewels on the spider's webs in the garden. They really are a work of art. This intentional changing, so I'm ready for the season ahead, is an important ritual that marks a particular transition. And of course, we need to acknowledge all of these transitions as they are symbolic waypoints in our life. Finally, the leaves are still on the trees, trembling more as the winds strengthen and change direction. They are now burnished to various hues of copper, gold, and russet, so I marvel at their colours and drink in the beauty that surrounds me. This is a reminder to lift my head, raise my eyes, and appreciate the gifts around me. See, there are gifts wherever we look, if only we pay attention to what is in front of us. And it won't be long before those leaves start to fall, reminding us that letting go is part of life's natural cycle. And that's what we'll be talking about next time. By actively engaging in this continuous process of clearing, introverts create a pathway where their authenticity is not hidden beneath the undergrowth, but rather it thrives visibly, allowing us to navigate our purposeful and intentional journeys with authenticity, with calmness, and with a lightness of spirit. This pathway, cleared and maintained with intentionality, enables us to make our way through life, leaving behind a trail that is unmistakably and beautifully our own. If you enjoyed this nugget, subscribe to the channel and please let me know what really resonated with you. You'll find me on all other platforms at Flourishing Introverts. Until next time.